Hello friends, welcome back to my channel NS English Academy. This is Sonia. As you know, practice session is going on my channel. So daily we practice so many questions which have been asked in UGC net and repeatedly asked question as well as the chronology work and the writer we discuss in my video, right? Today I am going to discuss some more important mixed text, okay? Repeatedly asked in exam. So please stay tuned with me till my video end, okay? First work, The World as India, written by Susan Sontag. Okay, most important writer, an American writer, critic, public intellectual, right? And the timing period of Susan Sontag, 1933 to 2004. Okay, she mostly wrote essays, but some novels also she wrote. Okay, let's discuss first work written by Susan Sontag, Notes on Camp, right? Notes on Camp. This is the first essay in the year 1964. Okay, let's discuss brief about the world as India. Okay, in this essay, The World as India, she argues English is the only language that can unify India. According to Susan Sontag, English language play important role to unify India, right? She discusses in this work how English has bridged language differences and is advancing around the world. Okay, even she suggests further that कि जो स्टैंडर्ड एंड ट्रांसलेशन होती है इम्प्लाइड कहाँ से होती है, चॉइस मेड बाय इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. ओके, and don't forget this question have been asked in exam of 221 in UGC net previous question paper, right? Next we have two works, Science and Poetry, which published 1926. Next we have The Philosophy of Rhetoric, right, published in 1936, 10 year after, written by I.A. Richard, जिनका टाइमिंग पीरियड है 1893 to 1979. Okay, I.A. Richard, English educator, literary critic, poet and rhetorician, we consider him. और इनका जो वर्क्स हैं वो कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं फाउंडेशन में न्यू क्रिटिसिज्म की एंड फॉर्मलिस्ट मूवमेंट की. एंड इन लिटरेरी थ्योरी वी स्टडी अबाउट हिम. ओके, एंड इनके अलावा आई ए रिचर्ड्स ने द मीनिंग ऑफ मीनिंग subtitle are study of the influence of language upon thought and of the sciences of symbolism, जो कि 1923 में बहुत एक्चुअली लॉन्ग टाइटल है इसका, बस मीनिंग ऑफ मीनिंग से आप याद रखिएगा. 1923 का वर्क है जिसे इन्होंने C.K. ऑगडन के साथ लिखा था इन दी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन में. ओके, नेक्स्ट प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ लिटरेरी क्रिटिसिज्म जो कि इन्होंने 1924 में लिखा था. देन वी हैव प्रैक्टिकल क्रिटिसिज्म जो इनका 1929 में आया था. एंड नेक्स्ट वी हैव द फिलोसफी ऑफ रिटोरिक which published 1936, which have been I described right here. Okay, let's discuss next four essays written by मिकेल बख्तिन, right? मिकेल बख्तिन जिन्हें जो कि मतलब रशियन फिलोसोफर हैं, लिटरेरी क्रिटिक हैं और जिनका टाइमिंग पीरियड है 1895 to 1975, right? This is the timing period of मिकेल बख्तिन, रशियन फिलोसोफर है. इन्होंने 4 essays, he wrote 4 essays, important essays. Number 1, The Dialogic, Imagination, Epic and Novel. This is the subtitle, published 1941. Then From the Prehistory of Novelist Discourse, published 1940. And Forms of Time and of the Chronotop in the Novel, published 1937 to 38. And last, Discourse in English in the Novel, Discourse in the Novel, which published 1934. First you have to set them in chronology order, like first work is written in 1934, then we have 1937, then 1940 and 1941, right? Because this question already have been asked in UGC net exam, and most important all the essays I mention here. Okay, next work I am gonna discuss Women to Man and the Old Prison. These are the poems written by Judith Wright, right? Judith Wright, Australian poet, and also nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1964, राइट, एंड 1965 एंड 1967 इनको नॉमिनेट किया था नोबेल प्राइज़ लिटरेचर के लिए, इनको नोबेल प्राइज़ मिला नहीं था, राइट, याद रखिएगा, नॉमिनेट हुई थी लेकिन नोबेल प्राइज़ इनको मिला नहीं था। और 1964 में 1965 and 1967 these are 3 years in which she nominated for Nobel Prize in Literature, ओके। इस तरीके के भी क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में पूछ लिए जाते हैं कि नॉमिनेट हुए थे और उनको लाइक नोबेल प्राइज़ मिला था या नहीं मिला था, राइट। तो नोबेल प्राइज़ के लिए इनको नॉमिनेट किया गया था, इनको नोबेल प्राइज़ मिला नहीं था, ओके। नेक्स्ट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस यूलिसिस। Ulysses, this is the novel, okay, first published in 1920 in American Journal and second published 1922 in Paris, also have been asked in UGC net. This is the novel written by Irish writer James Joyce, okay, इसको Irish writer James Joyce ने लिखा था, James Joyce, राइट। और यूलिसिस नाम की पोएम भी है जिसको टेनिसन लिख रहे हैं, राइट। टेनिसन जो विक्टोरियन इरा में जिन्हें हम स्टडी करते हैं, उन्होंने यूलिसिस नाम की पोएम लिखी थी जो इससे पहले लाइक 19th सेंचुरी में पब्लिश हुई थी, 1875 और 74 में आई थिंक पब्लिश हुई थी। तो वो तो पोएम थी एंड दिस इज द नॉवल आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, ये जेम्स जॉयस ने लिखी है। रिमेंबर गाइज अबाउट दिस, ओके। लेट्स डिस्कस फोनीम। व्हाट इज फोनीम? There are 44 types of phonemes and a small unit of sound called phonemes, okay। कई बार एग्जाम में पूछा गया है इसको guys, make a note of it and revise it again and again. Next I'm going to discuss T.S. Eliot, most important works written by him: Murder in the Cathedral 1935, Family Reunion 1939, The Cocktail Party 1949, then we have स्वीने एगोनिस्ट विच पब्लिश 1932, ये इनका वर्ड्स प्ले है एंड क्रोनोलॉजी में इसको पूछा गया था एग्जाम में। नाउ यू गाइज कैन सेट देम इन क्रोनोलॉजी, ओके। लेट्स डिस्कस डेरिडा, जो कि फ्रेंच फिलोसोफर हैं जिन्हें हम डीकंस्ट्रक्शन थ्योरी के लिए जानते हैं, एंड इन्होंने जो ब्रिकोलाज लिया था वो बोरो किया था लेवी स्ट्रॉल से, लेवी स्ट्रॉल से इन्होंने इसे बोरो किया था, जो ब्रिकोलाज की ये बात करते हैं, राइट। Next, I am going to discuss Frankenstein, right? This is the Gothic story, Gothic novel written by Mary Shelley, right? Story of scientific की है, start in letter form, इसको Gothic novel भी बोला जाता है, and style of letter form epistolary also, इसको epistolary form में भी means इसको epistolary भी बोला जाता है and as well as Gothic novel भी है ये। Mary Shelley ने इसको लिखा है and the subtitle of Frankenstein is The Modern Prometheus. Let me write, okay, Frankenstein, okay, Frankenstein. Subtitle: The Modern Prometheus, okay. This published in 1818, written by Mary Shelley, okay. And I have already told you that this is the Gothic novel, okay, and as well as epistolary novel because it written in the form of letter. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टेक्स्ट है, इसको आप एक बार से अगर आप चाहें तो इसकी समरी को स्टडी कर सकते हैं। यू कैन गाइज ईजिली फाइंड इन योर एग्जाम्स ऑल्सो kinds of questions, okay. Next I'm going to discuss about Frederick Jameson, right, an American literary critic हैं and also most important Marxist who wrote the work Postmodernism or the Cultural Logic of Late Capitalism, जो कि इनका 1991 में वर्क आया था, जिसमें इन्होंने ही इंट्रोड्यूस लेट कैपिटलिज्म कॉन्सेप्ट, ओके। दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज coined by Frederick Jameson. This question have been asked that late capitalism is coined by whom? The name is Frederick Jameson, to whom we study in American Literary Critic, and the timing period of Frederick Jameson is 1934 to 2:24. Guys, you please note of it. I in my all videos mention the timing period of particular writer, because in chronology option you will find kinds of questions. So it is beneficial for you to remember whenever you study about the particular writer, then you must remember the timing period of that writer, okay, because it will help you to crack right option in examination. Okay, let's discuss most important concept, touchstone method, right, which is introduced by Matthew Arnold, right, in the work Preface to the volume of 1853 poems, in which he discussed this method touchstone, right, in which he talks about merits of concepts. Like, according to Matthew Arnold, touchstone is the method in which he has to evaluate, right, poets जो हैं उनको evaluate किया जाता है, उनकी poetries को उसकी merit देखी जाती है and comparison with other poems, right. Or you guys can say this is the belief of Matthew Arnold that the touchstone method was a way to correct the false estimates. जितने भी false estimates होते हैं उनको correct करने का जो method होता है, it is called आपका touchstone. Okay, this is enough about this. And remember, preface to the volume of 1853, in which he introduced this most important method, touchstone, by Matthew Arnold. Okay. And most important fact regarding touchstone method, Hamlet's dying words in the tragedy of Hamlet written by William Shakespeare 1601 में, जो Hamlet tragedy थी, इसमें जो लास्ट में Hamlet की जब डेथ होती है और उसके जो dying words होते हैं टू होरेशियो को, जो वो होरेशियो से अपने dying words बोलते हैं at the time of his death, are the examples touchstone, right, and taken by Matthew Arnold in his concept. और यहीं से एग्जाम्पल यहीं से उठाया है मैथ्यू आर्नोल्ड ने अपने इस कॉन्सेप्ट को. ओके, रिमेंबर दिस फैक्ट गाइज, इट विल हेल्प यू एंड दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल वेयर यू गाइज कैन easily understand. Okay, and this question already have been asked in UGC net, which I explain here. Let's discuss most important line of the work, The Rape of the Lock, which published 1972, written by Alexander Pope. Here it is the line, beautiful beauty is in vain, their pretty eyes may roll, charm strike the sight, but merit win the soul. Okay, these lines spoken by Clarissa in Canto 5 to Belinda. बेलिंडा को बोला गया था, ये लाइन्स जो थी क्लैरिसा ने स्पॉक किया था, एंड किसके लिए स्पॉक किया था, टू बेलिंडा, इन द वर्क द रेप ऑफ द लॉक, published 1712 and written by Alexander Pope. Most important fact, must remember. Okay, next important text we have Tobias Smollett's Surgeon in Navy written novel named The Adventure of Roderick Random, which published 1748. Important text, exam point of view, right. Technique, poetical prose by Wordsworth concept to make language easy. Poetic prose in which Wordsworth, this is the concept of Wordsworth in which he talks about to make the language easy. Okay, next, Confessions of an English Opium Eater. This is the work published 1821, written by Thomas D. Quincy, considered autobiographical account. Okay, this question also have been asked in exams. Next we have The Mystic Measure, published 1958, written by V.S. Naipaul, जिनका टाइमिंग पीरियड है 1932. गणेश इसमें टीचर होता है और ट्रिनिडेड also the character in this novel. The Mystic Measure. Important text, remember. Let's discuss heteroglossia, right? Term given by Mikhail Bakhtin, in which he talks about presents two or more distinct voices, जिसे हम डायलॉजिज्म भी कहते हैं, right? Structure or feelings associated with Raymond William, to whom we study in Marxism. Okay. Next we have ambiguity, right? William Emerson. Okay. And discourse term is coined by Michael Foucault, right? In means knowledge is constructed, in which discourse he just saying that knowledge is constructed, knowledge को construct किया जाता है, right? He talks about it. Okay. Ornuku, this is the work written by Afraban इन ईयर 1688 एक प्रॉस रोमांस है, थीम इसका लव है, बेट्रियल भी है एंड ट्रेजिडी भी है बिकॉज लास्ट में ऑर्नोको की डेथ हो जाती है। द फेयर जिल्ट ऑल्सो रिटन बाय एफ्राबैन एंड ये भी एक प्रॉस रोमांस है। 1688 द टाइमिंग पीरियड ऑफ एफ्राबैन, ओके, remember it, not the date of Orinoco, right? Hope you guys like whatever I described in this video. Please do subscribe my channel. Your subscription actually give me lots of confidence, so that I just make kinds of informative sessions for you. Believe me guys, these are my own notes which I discuss only for to give you assist so that you guys can easily crack your exam. This is the promise of my, when you completely study my notes, definitely 50% question easily you guys can mark, because all the questions I have prepared from the various sources which I collect in my notebook and I discuss one by one. And also I just share kinds of knowledge with you with the help of my channel, so that you guys also no need to take paid courses classes. Only your self study gives you success. This is belief of mine, and you're also don't go paid for paid classes. Just study whatever the sources you guys can get free of cost videos. And at last I only want to say, do subscribe my channel and leave comment, so that I also read what exactly you want. And at last share my video with your friends. Till then, bye bye, have a great day.